All right, let's kick it off. How are we doing? Sorry about that. The idea of doing this stream with no coffee is just not palpable for me right now. So, got my coffee, and we are set for what will end up being a very fun adventure. I'm going to write pretty much my first ever Rust code on stream today. I'm trying to open code. So we're going to be learning Rust, and I'll explain why we're learning Rust. Basically, I started thinking about all of the different things that we're going to end up having to do with the Windows API, and I was starting to think of how I did it before and how many pains in my collective ass it was to deal with all of the type systems and all of the quirks with the Windows API and C just in general. And over time, I've kind of been talking to a lot of my friends about, systems programming and, fun stuff like that. And pretty much all of them agree that it's going the way of the Rust. I'm gonna close that door, that looks ugly. So, if everything is going that direction, and I'm kind of stuck doing C because that's the way it's been done, that kind of seems lame. So, instead, why don't we start learning how to write Rust? Rust malware specifically. It seems like a much better user experience anyways. So I figure, or a better developer experience at least. So I figured let's just go ahead and get started. I've already kind of taken a look at Rust, the programming language, so I know a little bit about it. But I don't know much about using the Windows API with it. It seems kind of strange, from my perspective at least, but it seems like it's going to end up being a lot easier than doing it all in C, C++. So that's one of the main reasons, honestly, why we're doing it this way. So let me open up the folder I want. We're looking for RE stuff, Wolf 2.0. Actually, let's go ahead and create a new folder. We're going to call it Rusty Wolf. That's going to be our Rust folder. I guess I could actually show this on screen. There we go. So we've got a brand new folder, and we're going to pop open a terminal window. CD Rusty Wolf, and we're going to do cargo init. So we're getting going. So cargo is, from my understanding at least, it is the basically the package manager, like the node package manager for Rust. That's my understanding of how it works, at least. That may or may not be accurate and may or may not be a good description, but it is basically the package manager for Rust. So that's going to be kind of what I call it. So we've got our main here, and our main has a function main. And we've got our normal print hello world. And do I have the Rust extensions? Rust. Let's see. Rust analyzer, I think that's what I want. Yeah, that's definitely what I want. All right, so let's go back to our main, and we can just go ahead and run the print hello world. And let's do Rust. Let's change to our source. We've got our main.rs, Rust C, main.rs. Now we should have some changes back here, and we've got our main.exe. Now, we can go over here and actually run that main.exe, and we get hello world, and more importantly, we can cp, well, let me see if we've got access to that folder from our victim PC. So So if we go back to, I think it's on Z drive. Yep, we do. Rusty Wolf. I think it's going to be in target, debug, build, question mark, debug. It's in something. Examples incremental, maybe it's not. I do know it's in source main.exe, and it's obviously not going to show anything. Throw it into desktop, place, go over into desktop. We'll run it from here, main.exe, hello world. Cool. So we've got a hello world working in Rust. Obviously, that's the first step to any programmer's journey in a new language. Why do you develop in Rust, keep it in C, C++? Hey, I explained it a little bit earlier. Kind of everything is going the way of Rust. Systems programming in general seems to be moving that direction. It's faster. The developer experience is significantly better. From what I've seen, developing with the Windows API is significantly better on using Rust versus C. So A, I want to learn it, and B, everything's kind of moving in that direction, so why not kind of stay a little bit more current? And C, I would much rather stream and produce content on something that I'm not constantly banging my head against the wall with C types and the Windows API using C and all of that nonsense. It's more entertaining, it's more interesting, I get more done. So why not do it that way instead of just kind of like continuously banging my head against the wall on something that isn't really like fun to watch at all. So that's the main reason. I think basically if you're still looking for C content, you're still going to understand how I'm creating, all of this malware. Like it's all going to translate across languages. So you've still got tons of stuff that you'll get out of it. It's just going to be in a different language. And I think that's perfectly fine. So, malware development and Rust. Let me open up, I think I've got an Excalidraw profile. Let's see, maybe I don't. Oh, I can just sign in with Google. I'll do it that way. So we're gonna make an Excalidraw right now. And we're gonna write out some goals. We're just gonna call this the Rusty Wolf workspace. I'll toss this. Oh my gosh, you gotta pay? Oh, that's lame. Huh. Okay, well, that sucks. But I guess it is what it is. They gotta make their dime. I want to make sure I'm not showing my credit cards on stream right now. That would kind of, no, I'm not. So Mahad, does that make sense? The reasons that I gave for kind of doing it the way that I am. I know it may suck for some people. It may be a, turn off for a lot of people, but I think in the end, it's going to lead to better software, a better learning experience, and a better streaming experience. Trying to pull up Excalidraw right now. I'm not gonna worry about that. We'll do that later. But yeah, that's my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. Let's just pull up a docs. So new file, docs.md. All right. So our goals for this stream is to get a message box popped up. Seriously. I was looking at some tutorials earlier. Docs.md. There we go. So the plan. This is for stream on 8th November 2022. So we're going to get a message box popping up. Reason being, that's going to be like the hello world of I am able to use the Windows API and Rust. So hello world with message box, multi-file compilation, so that I can understand that and break everything up into separate files, because I think that's one of the most important things to learn whenever you're starting off in a new programming language, is learning how to organize it all. Let's see, what else? Working with files. Working with file IO. And I don't know, do we want to start on networking this early? Probably not, right? Start looking at networking. All right, so those are our goals for the stream. We're going to start with the message box because what that's going to do is allow us to actually access the Windows API and start using it for fun stuff. Let's pull up the right window. That's not it. That is my blog dashboard. Don't need to see that. So let's just do Windows API with Rust. This is what I've been going off of, specifically this article down here. Way to go. Yeah, RSS reader tutorial. So this is the official Windows docs for it. So it should be at least halfway decent. All right. So we are past this point. We've already created our crate for our project. Now this is the part that I don't super understand. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to get this running and then we'll start understanding it later. So we've got now a bindings package. Did that throw it into source? Yeah, it did. All right, let's back out of that. Oopsie. CD back and run the same command. All right, so now we've got a bindings package. And what the binding does, from my understanding, is it basically allows the project that you're building to access the Windows API. It binds it to the Windows API. That's my understanding. I'm not 100% sure that that is 100% correct, but that is my understanding at least. So we're going to go into the TOML for the bindings. And the TOML, from my understanding, for a crate is like the package.json for a node project. So package.json basically says, you know, here are the dependencies, here is how it runs, here are the test like criteria, like the way that you run tests, the way that you build it, stuff like that. So that's my understanding of what a TOML is basically, or a TOML file for a crate. So this right here is the part that I think I understand correctly. So if you make a bindings file, a nested library within a given crate, right? What you're basically doing there is every single time you build your package, or the first time you build your package, it's going to actually go and fetch that library. Every other time you build that package, it's just basically going to link it. That's my understanding at least. So we edit the TOML there. And this right here is what we need to copy paste within that TOML. So we can get rid of this dependencies line. This, I believe the most recent version is actually 0.10, I want to say. Same thing for build dependency, 0.10. I'm just going to say 0.0 because that sounds right. And we should get a build error if that doesn't work. We've just added a dependency on the Windows crate, both for bindings library and for its build script. Huh? Okay. So that is just for... Yeah, so that is basically we're just creating the dependency list here. And then this is going to be within the main.rs, or the build.rs, sorry. Within bindings, build.rs. What this is doing, I'm assuming, is stating which libraries specifically we need. So it's creating a list of libraries here, and then a list of like sub-libraries, I'm assuming. or subclasses is what this looks like. And that's going to be what we actually use from these bindings. And this is an example script, so obviously we'll change this up once we need like message box A, for example. In fact, let's go ahead and Windows. I think it's UI. Okay, so we don't have autocomplete on that, which is fun. I think it's message box A, I want to say. All right, let's operate as if that is correct. Okay, binding source lib.rs source code file to include the bindings generated in the previous step. Replace the default code that you'll find on librs with the following. So this is going to actually, I'm assuming these are the exports here. So include bindings. So it runs include bindings, which is not in here. We don't have any autocomplete help at all here, which kind of sucks. So should be close at least. Okay, so this part is where you're actually including it within your host project. So let's go to our cargo toml there. Get rid of that. That's going to basically import the bindings. The bindings are within this subfolder, so it should be able to find it fine. And we are using Windows 0.10.0, I believe. If not, we can go back and edit that. And we should get build errors anyways. And this is where we actually import it into our code itself. So let's go over there to main. And there's the imports. We're going to do Windows UI message box A. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't, I should be able to look up the code for message box A pretty easily. Rust C main dot cd source rust C main.rs. Yep, there we go. Maybe a missing crate bindings. So something is failing there. May have to be within the source file. So bindings, no, that's outside of the source file. We may have to run cd here, rust c source slash main.rs. Nope. Consider adding extern crate bindings to the bindings crate. Something failed there. I'm wondering if this, the documentation shouldn't be out of date because this is the most recent documentation up, I believe. Path equals, should be dot bindings. Let's go back and see how they build it. Did that. That's in main.rs, did that. Don't need to worry about that right now. Let's see how they actually compile all of this. Okay, so they're doing all of this through VS Code. I guess we could do that. No, go to main.rs, run without debugging, install an extension for Rust. Huh. Kind of weird that doesn't look right. We should have Rust C in here. It's weird that we don't. Let's see. We've got something going on here. Because this absolutely should be able to... I guess, I don't even know what LLDB is. Oh, let's see. We want to go to main.rs and on this. So that worked fine. Out deer not defined. Executing task. Go back here, cargo, run. Environment variable out deer is not defined. Never seen that error before, but that's not surprising since I haven't ever written Rust. Just go to cargo run. Yeah, still having issues there. Oh, it's specific to Windows. This error originates in the macro standard environment, which comes from the extension of the macro Windows include bindings. Well, that's fun. Windows is already giving us issues. Windows API. Let's see. Out deer equals not read bindings. Huh. Unset. Oh dear. Set. This is a weird error. We run it from the integrated terminal. Cargo run. Yeah, same issues. As within lib.rs. Rust language projection follows the traditional established by C++/1RT of building language projections for Windows using standard languages and compilers. Okay, that's not view problem. Yeah, that didn't give me anything. Nothing super useful there. looks like no solution here. Remove environment variables from the environment before calling rustc. Should be more careful about this and not remove environment variables that cargo is added. If that is too hard, we could just do special case out there for now. Ben, you may have missed it earlier on in the stream. There's a reason why I'm not doing things in C anymore. I know it may not be super apparent right now when I'm dealing with odd bugs right off the bat. Rust is kind of the direction that systems programming is going. It's the direction that I kind of want to take it because it seems like it's a lot easier than C, both from like a development perspective and with the Windows API. So that's why I'm doing it in Rust. I might go back to C. I might still write a little bit of C here and there, but I think Rust is like a better direction to go. It's faster. It's kind of the way that A, people are hiring, honestly, and B, people are developing. So I kind of think that there are plenty enough reasons, honestly, for me to switch over to Rust. And, you know, okay, Poncho at least is excited about it. Not the only one then. I was actually super excited about like learning Rust with this project. Windows bindings. So if we go back to, I think it was librs that was throwing the problem. Yeah, librs. We're gonna get rid of this VS Code nonsense. Linus approved as well. Yeah, I saw that basically Linux is going the way of the Rust, which is cool. lib.rs. The bindings source lib.rs source code file to include the bindings generated in the previous step. Replace the default code that you'll find in librs with the following. That should work fine. Does not. Let's see if there's an issue. Let's take away everything that I added, basically. So now that's throwing a big ol' error. Let's go back to main RS and get rid of message box A. I mean, that it doesn't seem like that would fix it, but yeah, same problem it looks like. Let's see. We've literally copied and pasted all of this, so it looks like, let's change, we did do this differently. So let's change this back to 0.9.1. So that's in this one, 0.9.1. Let's do that, and then the other toml 0.9.1 and 0.9.1. So basically now everything is exactly like they've got it in the tutorial files. Should be good to go. And if it's not, oh, well, that did it. It's looking like it was a versioning problem. Well, nope. Not quite. Altier still not defined. This is kind of making me look dumb because I said that dealing with Rust would be easier and would be better to deal with. Windows-RS 0.9.1 Altier not defined. It's some issue there. I don't know what the issue is, but it's there. Let's see. What is Altier supposed to be? Like, is that like our target, basically? Include the items module, which is generated from the items.protocol. Huh. This is super lame. Just get rid of the versioning. Maybe we'll find something useful. Okay, so somebody else noticed it. It contains a broken example. See? Look at that. So build.rs needs to sit next to cargo.toml. That might be the problem. Yeah. It needs to go in bindings. And there doesn't need to be a source directory. So now let's run main. See if that fixed it. Nope. Build a load source for dependency bindings. Yeah, no, the source needs to be in the source. Folder, src. Throw that and that in the source. So there's like a whole ass GitHub issue calling this out, which makes me feel a lot better. Rust doesn't set out, dear. If there's no build.rs, did you create that file in the right place? It needs to sit in the crate root, not workspace root, next to cargo.toml. So binding/build.rs. Maybe just build needs to go there. Again, I absolutely hate these random, like, small issues like this. All right, we did it. Cool. It was literally just moving it like one file over, which is just dumb. So let's add, so we shouldn't have to deal with the cargo.tomls anymore. Let's not worry about that. Let's go in here and grab Windows, UI, message, box A. Fairly certain that's where it is. Ooh, it's taking issue with it though. Throw it there too. lib.rs, that shouldn't be where we need it. That should be all we need. That shouldn't be a problem. Main.rs. Need a comma there. Where did we have our big problem? Right there. Could not find namespace windows.ui. Okay, so now we can actually jump over into the docs. Windows, Rust for Windows, docs, create Windows. Saying it can't find UI. Really just want to pop up a message box here, guys. There it is. Modules, core. That's not what I need. Functions or... So those are the struts. Let's see. Rust docs for the Windows API. I think that's what we're looking for now. Docs. Doc. This is not looking helpful. UI, there we go. And let's see, we're looking for pop-ups, should be. Maybe message dialog. Okay, so these are all HTML files, so they're hosted somewhere, and I'm assuming that's probably what I was just looking at. Yeah, that's probably it right there. Core, yeah. literally just finding the right docs. I don't want to play the video. Please don't play it. Docs. There we go. And it's the same thing that I've been looking at. See all Windows items. There we go. Structs, traits, functions, type def, constants. Message box. Let's search for that. Oh, this is annoying. I think it's literally just an issue of me not knowing how to like navigate the docs. Let's see if they've got something useful here. Create documentation, Windows and Windows SIS. That should be what we need. There we go. Okay, we're making progress. So there's UI. There is, I think it's going to end up being pop-ups and then message dialogue. There we go. Okay, this is less useful, honestly. Damn it. Create. All right. Let's go back to our example here. Windows build. So one of the problems is I'm not getting like any useful code completion here. Like VS Code is just doing nothing to help me. Windows. Here I should get something, but I'm not. I think it's UI. Get message box A. Okay, so that's okay. It's not working. Damn it. Okay, can we get any code completion help here? No, we can't. Okay, so we're just gonna straight up Google this. Rust, Windows, get message box A. There we go. Now I need to figure out what the function signature should look like in Rust. Here's a signature in C. Oh, this is a little bit more in depth. Cool. We're gonna learn something from this. At this point, we need to figure a few things out in order to write our code in Rust. Okay, so this guy's got some more in-depth documentation. First thing we need to do is tell the Rust compiler that we want to use the Win API and user32 sys crates in this file. Okay, so these are two separate crates here. Gonna get rid of this here. Within, gonna get rid of this. Don't ever need to open up that. We need the cargo toml here and here. All right, so that's in the bindings, and then we also will need it here. Okay, let's see if this compiles. We'll just go to the terminal. Cargo run. All right, so it's running successfully, which is a good sign. Don't need to search. All right, so this is actually from the Windows API. So let's look at what this looks like in the end. So, okay, so you literally import it from user32. So you find out where message box A is. So we should be able to do this. Let's go ahead and get rid of this here. I'm going to use user32. Oh, cool. So now we're getting code completion. Get message box A, right? Oh, it's just message box A. Maybe one of the reasons why I wasn't getting anything useful in the docs. All right, so now I'm going to kind of make myself do a little bit more work. This is what the C implementation of the definition is. So message box A, null there. Text, we can just throw in as hello world. Caption, Twitch/YouTube live, and type, don't know what that is. So we can actually look this up in the Windows docs now. SDN. Go to the uint utype. Combination of flags from the following group. MB_OK. So let's see if it's got the Windows definitions. That would be nice if it did, might not. All right, we're getting a big ol' error. This operation is unsafe and requires an unsafe. Okay, so I remember seeing this in the tutorials and I don't understand it yet, but I will. Indent that, indent that. Arguments are incorrect. Okay, so it's probably that. Is it just 0? How does Rust handle nulls? Let's go and cheat a little bit. So just uppercase null. Or is that how you would do it? So that's pseudocode. Okay, this is interesting. Where message box A, MB_OK, and MB information. So you actually have to import those definitions as well. Let's see. Okay, so there's a standard pointer to null here. Wouldn't have known about that. LP text. So, oh, so you have to create C strings in Rust. That's interesting. So let's grab these. Did not realize that you have to work with C strings within Rust. That kind of makes it a little bit less attractive. LP text. and they did .as pointer. Then LP caption, we're gonna cut this. LP caption .as pointer. MB OK. Ord with MB ICO information. This we're gonna swap out. We don't have C-string. So that's within the standard library. Okay, we're learning here. These two are externed. All right, so let's see if this works. Cargo, run. Yes. Oh, damn. Okay, so learning experiences thus far, because we have checked off our first box on our docs notes. Message box A is done. Multi-file compilation. Okay, we can handle that. So let's just create a new file. Not within bindings. Let's just go to make dir. Let's say, let's call it the network, netlib, cd netlib, cargo init. All right, so we've got netlib. We're gonna pretend like that's gonna be where our network library is gonna live, but for right now, we're just gonna do function print netlib. Eventually this is gonna be a little bit more fun. What's up, the firm? How's it going? We're gonna pass in a string. We're going to return a string. Let's do str. Let's just call it example. And print line example. Do you have to give the type here? Missing type. String. That should do it, right? No, apparently not. Rust function inputs. I'm eventually going to get the syntax down, y'all. Oh, example. It's kind of like TypeScript. Is this right? str. Yes, it is. All right, so let's try to import this from our main. Don't need this open, don't need that 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 open. And we're going to return, oh, we can just return, let's make this a mutable string. Can we do that? No, we can't. So let's do, let's do let mute ret equal to example. String concatenation in Rust is something I'm not familiar with. Print netlib. Is that how that works? We'll find out. Ret. I'm just going to return ret like that. And let's do use netlib. Print netlib. That does work. Or maybe it doesn't. I guess I could actually show this screen, not be a jerk. Rust multi file code. Separating modules into different files. So that's an actual, we need to make this a public function for one thing. Pub function. That shouldn't fix it. Let's see. Oh, this, we may have to do it in the cargo file. So let's go to cargo.toml. Do netlib is equal to path equals dot slash netlib. That might do it. It seems like it would do it. Unresolved import netlib. No, it still didn't do it. Let's try it though. Cargo run. Nope. Oh wait, it may have worked. Yeah, it did work, I think. It looks like it found it at least. Oh, duh. So I know this is something we have to do in order to print that string literal. Not even checking chat right now. Popping in to say hi, and the beard is looking mighty good. Hope all is well. Have a good night. Bunsen burner. Appreciate it, man. Always appreciate kind words. What's up, Winnie? I haven't even checked Twitch chat. Hello, are you still using a book? Are you using a book? No, I'm using basically the Rust docs, honestly, and having a fun time with that. Appreciate y'all showing up to Twitch. I guess I didn't even talk about this. I do have a Twitch channel I used to use a ton. I'm hopping back on it just because I completely forgot that I've got it, and I was like, I might as well, right? So this is a string literal. That should work better. So you can find me at Valhalla Dev. Let's see, I guess I might as well on twitch.tv/Valhalla Dev. So there's me. I'll throw it in the YouTube chat just in case y'all like Twitch over YouTube for whatever reason. Okay. Local variable, similar name exists example. Oh, that's just a simple misspelling. That's example. That is super cool about Rust though, that it's got this helper. Like that actually did solve the problem. Like, I think they call it, is it Clippy? I believe they call it Clippy, right? Which is hilarious. But yeah, like an actual helpful error message is, another reason to use Rust over C. Because finding out errors in C is just super annoying. What's up to everybody on Twitch? How's it going? Let's try this again. Right. Let's see, cannot add, okay. So let's look up string concatenation in C. Or in Rust, sorry. String concatenation in Rust. There we go. Mute own string equals a string dot to owned. Need to allocate memory to store the result the easiest. Own string dot push string. That's interesting. What does to owned do? Let's see, generalization of clone to borrowed data. Oh, this is like more in depth. Generalization, okay, so that's the same exact thing. It's griefing aloud in Rust. So one of the fun things about learning Rust that I've found, oh my gosh, we've got porn spammers already. Report unwanted commercial content or spam. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and ban them. Let's see. Hide user on this channel. Cool. Okay, so that's taken care of. Going pretty good. Just checking out this side of Twitch, trying to get more into computer people in my Discord. What kind of Discord do you have? I've got one as well, and I'm debating whether or not I actually want to put effort into it. Yeah, so fun thing about learning Rust is you look up like how to do XYZ in Rust, and it's all Rust gaming, which is super annoying. So that's been fun to kind of deal with. All right, so I'm gonna write that down as something to learn later. We're gonna kind of just deal with the error right now. Docs to learn dot to owned. All right, so what we really want is example dot push underscore string. Let's see if that works, because that looks like what we want. Cargo run method not found in and string. Example dot, I think it's dot to underscore owned dot push string. Let's try that. Found what? Consider adding a main function to main.rs. Shouldn't need to, right? Do you need to when you're just doing like an external library like that? Let's just do a function main, just have it be empty. But it's apparently having issues with that. Okay, let's try converting this to a string. See if that works. What does this mean? Found a tuple. Okay, so this is clearly, let's just go ahead and do let ret equal to print net lib ret. We're just going to return that, not worry about string concatenation right now because there's clearly a lot that I've got to learn there. And we actually got more errors, shockingly. Okay, fun. Let's hop over to here, cargo run, should get the same errors. Warnings, that's fine. Use of undeclared creator module netlib. Shouldn't be undeclared, what? Unresolved import netlib. Okay, so we're not importing it correctly apparently, which is odd since I thought we were. Let's see. So why is this not compiling correctly then? Getting closer, y'all. Let's see. Multi-file Rust. Separating modules into different files. Okay, here we are. So these are actual implementations. So, for example, let's start from the code and blah, blah, blah. If strings are Rust and different, you get into ownership issues. It's a Discord for programming, cybersecurity, hacks, ranking all skill levels. Nothing illegal, just a place for people. Oh, that's neat. Shoot me a link to that, Winnie. If Twitch will let you. Twitch should let you, but shoot me a link to it regardless. I'll hop in there and at least lurk. So yeah, apparently strings are different. And honestly, even if strings are different in Rust, it's going to be better than strings in C. Though apparently you use C strings in Rust, so whatever. On front of house pub use crate, front of house hosting. Yeah, post it in chat. I don't think Twitch will mess with you. You at least won't get auto banned, but yeah, it should be fine. This is getting into actual modules. I don't know that I necessarily want to learn that. Are you able to post it, or is it giving you issues? It might give you problems. Twitch moderation is weird. You have to block links manually. So I should be good. Okay, cool. I don't believe I did that. It would probably be a good idea if I did that. Oh, so you should just... Okay, so you can just throw them in the same file. You don't have to create like its own thing. So let's go over to... We can get rid of netlib. And we'll just grab main.rs as source. At least part of it. And we'll nuke netlib for now. And we'll go to main.rs. Let's just do netlib.rs. Throw that in there. It's having an issue for whatever. Oh, forgot this. Okay, that's an easy enough issue to deal with. Seems like people prefer Twitch. that's a vibe that I'm getting right now. Now, here we should just have pubmod. Should just be pubmod netlib, right? Pubmod netlib. Now we should just be able to do netlib, print netlib, yeet. Let's go back to our cargoes. We should just have to get rid of some stuff in cargoes. Throw that netlib out. Don't need that. And let's run it. Man. Okay, so this probably, I think I know how to solve this problem. Let example, let n equal to eat. And we'll just pass that as and n. What problem are we having here? Oh, that's probably reserved. So, eat. Let's just do that. And here we'll do eat. Don't necessarily need the type here. Man, it's gonna try to make us put it there. Apparently we're putting it there then. That's doing a problem. Return and string. We good now? Please? All right. So we're good. We called it, but it doesn't look like it actually ran. Oh, it never prints it. So print ln. Let's just do this. And we're going to pass in example and red. Now it should actually print. All right, cool. So now we can cross off multi-line file compilation. At least it works. Okay, cool. So that is the Discord. I'm gonna join that real quick. Joined it. I'm in. I guess I can post mine, even though I'm not in there super often. Oh dang, a lot of people are in here actually. Hey y'all. So let's go here, invite, copy a link. And hop on over to Discord or Twitch, toss that in there. Feel free to come, show up, have fun. Don't have to. I'm gonna try to be more active in there because, you know, I should. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. All right, so we're running in on an hour and 15. These two are gonna wait because I need to go to bed. I need to get a bunch of other work done. So we've made progress. Let me look at my stream schedule. So stream schedule for this week is gonna be fun. Right now, obviously, we're working with Rust. We're gonna do Rust again. Let's see, on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna do Rust again on Thursday. Tomorrow, we're gonna do another stream where we're gonna be doing C2 stuff. So we're gonna be building a C2 in Python and React. If you don't like web applications, I understand, totally get it, but that's gonna be what we're building. We're gonna build a command and control center, or command and control server for our malware to actually connect to. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast. Thank you all on Twitch specifically, because you know this is the first time I've streamed on Twitch in probably like a year and a half. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you all on YouTube, obviously, y'all are the bomb. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.